Good morning, Jonathan here with you today on 3rd of December, making that day 94 on our journey. So, as we've been doing before, bounce around here. Yesterday I did that overview of the first 3 months of this challenge. Now, today I want to really dive into some details of what's going on here, try and understand where this dip is coming from. And what sort of things that we need to do to try and address it. So just before I do that is a quick catch up on the numbers. Not a good day yesterday. 535 barely broke even, I would imagine. So overall spend 396. You can see we've got like 300. Actually, it's interesting. Didn't even spend the full budget. Whereas the previous day it overspent it by quite a bit. It's just held back behind it. Anyway, we've got a total spend of 396, making it 5245, whatever. But basically, it's about $10 profit, which actually in real terms probably isn't a profit at all, because we've got other costs associated with the funnel, like some hosting and some additional tools that carry sort of monthly fees. So at that level it's not making money. We're probably losing money, and we're at just $152 today. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, so we have got most of the day to go at to see what we can do with that. But yeah, definitely we've got a situation that we need to sort out. I'm not exactly panicking yet, but I'm not either feeling very comfortable about the situation. So it really is time to try and dig in and see if we can reverse this trend a little bit. But anyway, looking at this graph here, makes me sort of see, okay, what has gone on. And, I think that's the important thing, is the fact that yes, there is always this emotional sort of attachment to the results of what's happening on a day-by-day basis, but also you have got to take the bigger view of it and have a look at what's going on, and actually, try and use the numbers very much and the metrics to sort of guide you and guide your decisions. And this is exactly the approach I'm taking here, to try and look at and understand what's gone on in this month, which really will help me feel more relaxed about it and know that we overall will get through this tricky bit and improve things. So what I did is I had a look at a comparison across the two funnels, and what I want to do is just step you through this and basically my thinking, so we can work through it. And the whole idea is that today we're going to just look at the number side of it, and then tomorrow it's like, okay, what are we going to do about this? What are the things that we're going to put in place literally over the next week to try and see if we can move the needle and see if we can get this thing back up and running well. So overall, and this is just for the month of November, the two funnels are actually converting at the same rate. So despite this funnel 2 probably not really starting to get going until the second half of November, it's still, they are converting at that same level, about 3%, and 3% is not a bad number at all. Obviously we can always try and do better, but I think from cold traffic, it's about probably where a lot of people would be on this. So the next thing is obviously the average order value across the funnels, and obviously this does make a difference if your conversion rate's the same across the two funnels, but one you've got a higher average order value, then obviously that really helps in terms of upfront making the money back and giving the opportunity to scale a bit more. So that is good, and that's really driven by the fact that actually this second offer funnel is actually to a $37 price point versus this one at my original one at a $27. So obviously, given the same conversion rates, it makes it $10 more, which makes sense. So that's a good number. And the fact, so the conversion rate is still held up despite them being a slightly different price point. I mean, whether that price point could go up still further from maybe 37 to 47 is something that definitely would be worth testing. Maybe not sort of straight away because we're still trying to get the numbers going on this, but certainly worth a test, and I'll be looking at. So the other side is that obviously there's a massive difference in it, which is sort of strange, because actually on this first funnel, as you saw, the budget was about, well, actually at the beginning of November it was about 350, and the budget overall on this one was about £100. Actually, let's just have a brief look at the ad spend, and let's have a look, and then we'll know. Where's last month? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that one was averaging about sort of 10,000, that about 1,200. So, a massive difference in ad budget, but overall sales, there was this sort of huge difference. So despite the fact that this one's only got just over 3.5 times the ad budget, the actual revenue collected was massive. So yeah, that's something that really stands out, and I'll come back to in just a second. So the next thing was comparing them in terms of the bump take-up rate. So they've both got an order bump at $17. So the bump take-up on the classic riffs is a lot higher. The bump take rate's not been bad at 33%, but there's definitely room for improvement there. So whether it's more in the description of it or the actual bump offer, certainly again something to be looked at, and that's what we'll be coming up with a particular tactic. So anything where I can identify there's been a real sort of change in it, I'll look at going, okay, what specific thing am I going to do to try and move that number. The other thing important was looking at that percentage of people who've bought the first product who go on to take some form of upsell or downsell. So it could be the initial upsell, it could be a further upsell, it could be a couple of downsells. So overall, who is buying, what percentage of people are taking some form of additional offer. Now this is obviously where my new funnel is currently doing considerably better, which is great, because it means overall, we're going to have slightly more sort of overall sort of sales in that. So that's actually a good number, but I guess this last one was where there's a big hole. So let me sort of move it over here. So in terms of the abandoned cart percentage, so the abandoned cart percentage at 59% seems like it's really high, or I originally thought that was really high, but when I sort of Googled it and looked around, a lot of cart abandon rates that's people who started a checkout and then didn't go through with it, is more around 70% plus. So actually figures around 50-59 is actually pretty good. But the difference is my first funnel, I've actually got this cart abandon email sequence, follow-up sequence, which actually last month recovered a huge amount in terms of percentage of sales. So, when you look at that overall revenue coming in from this top funnel, a big percentage was recovered from the cart abandon sequence. And obviously with this new funnel, I don't have a cart abandon sequence at all because I've only just built the funnel. So this is a big area for me to look at. I need to get that abandon sequence in place ASAP to try and recover some of that and see what happens during November. So I think once I start to look at this, I go, okay, this front end bit right now, probably not something I'm going to do much with. I'm definitely going to look at something on the order bump. The upsell downsell seems to be good. I am definitely going to do something on the abandoned side of things. And the other big area is, this big discrepancy between that number of offer sales. So I need to do a lot more on the ads front. So back to that question is really, what is the difference between these things? Why is this so massive a difference when there's only like 3.5 times the ad spend? It comes down to this single thing. So when we look at the two campaigns, this is my new one. This is the original one. Look at this in terms of the CPM figure, the cost per 1,000 impressions. My old Riffs funnel that's been running for maybe over a year really. The CPM is £5.77. My new funnel is £21, so over 4 times the cost. So the traffic's costing me over 4 times the amount. Which is why I've got this massive difference. So really, for this second funnel to really start to make a difference in terms of the sales and the overall profitability of it, I need to fix this. Now, this is something I don't actually have a huge amount of control over. But actually, one of the things that I believe, and we will wait and see in this month whether it's true, is the fact that obviously this new funnel has spent really the month in learning phase. It's now in the active phase, and it's supposed to be now sort of stabilizing, supposed to be giving me the opportunity to increase it. So I'm hoping with the addition of more ads, this is the thing, I need to get more, many more ads into this campaign, spend a little bit more money, and then start to see this drive down. I mean, obviously, if I'd got my new campaign at the same level as the old one, it would be very profitable. So it's a massive difference, that cost of traffic, by a factor of 4. So that's where it sort of focuses on. So I've got at least 3 key areas that from these figures I can start to see and understand and explain actually what's gone on between October and November. And so it's really is okay, I need to get moving, need to get some new fixes in place, need to get some other things built out to really try and recover this back. Because at the end of December, I need to see this number going back up here and that percentage profit really kicking in. So there's definitely a level of urgency right now to get things moving, get things turned around. So tomorrow I'm going to go through exactly the plan for the next week to 2 weeks, probably the next week, given the urgency of the matter. Okay, sorry, that was the thing. Okay, so that's all for today, and I hope you found that interesting or useful. Do leave me a comment if you've got any questions, and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow, talking about our real plans of action. Okay, bye for now.